What's up, guys? It's me, Captain Everything Fun, and welcome back to another Friday Fun Day, finally, where today I will be going through my daily routine. So pretty much how this will work is basically I'll act out whatever it is that I'm talking about, and I'll do a voiceover. That way, you know, I don't have to go through I don't have to film an entire day. The problem with making these sorts of daily routine videos is that, well, I kind of get bored of filming all throughout the day. So that's why I'm going to act it out, so I can just do it at my own pace whenever I want, and it's just not the real deal. It's just representing the real deal. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first things first, every morning at 7 AM, I wake up, I check my phone for any new notifications or whatever, and then I get up,
I fell out of bed by accident.
Then once I get up, I take off the blindfold that I'm wearing, we'll talk about that later, and I go to brush my hair. I pretty much just get in there, like get in as much as I can and really like brush to get out all the tangles and knots. Like today, you can see my hair is all curly and stuff, and not really puffy. That's a sign that I haven't brushed my hair today. Anyway, now that I've got my blindfold off, I've brushed my hair. Now I get dressed and I put my headband on. I've got 4 headbands to choose from. 2 of them are identical and look like this. One of them looks like this right here, and one of them is pink. If you didn't already know this about me, pink is kind of my favorite color. That's nothing to be ashamed of. A boy who has their favorite color as pink, that is nothing to be ashamed of. Hey, I'm gonna go see the Barbie movie today. Why do I care? I actually am gonna go see the Barbie movie today. But that's besides the point, and I would have already seen it by the time that this video comes out anyway. Then I go get myself some sunlight to go wake myself up. So what I do for that sunlight is I pretty much go out and water the plants. So pretty much I just go for all the sections of the different plants. I just go back and forth with the hose set to mist, and I just count to 100. Right. Then, after I've come in from watering the plants, I measure out 500 milliliters of milk because I'm not allowed to have more than 500 milliliters of milk per day. And then for the rest of it, I should only really have calorie-free drinks. So basically water. Then I get to do whatever I want until breakfast. So pretty much what that means is playing on the computer, like Roblox. Well, Roblox is all I can think of right now, because recently I've been playing a lot of Roblox. Then it's on to breakfast. So my dad usually makes my breakfast. So pretty much what I'll have for breakfast, it could be cereal. I think that's pretty straightforward, but it's pretty much rice bubbles and cornflakes mixed together. If you don't know what rice bubbles is, pretty much just Rice Krispies, but in Australia we call them rice bubbles. Anyways, yeah, so mix cornflakes and rice bubbles, and put some milk. If you put milk before the cereal, there is no problem with that. To each their own. Anyways, and also put some honey and some berries, and I have it with a cup of water. Oh, and that milk in the cereal, that is part of my 500 mils of milk. Or it could be porridge, which is basically just kind of similar to oatmeal, but not exactly. Or it could be eggs. I could have some boiled eggs. Or it could be, if I'm really lucky, it could be bacon and eggs, which I think is pretty straightforward. It's just bacon, fried eggs, mushrooms, spinach, toast, and maybe tomatoes. Could also be my special little invention called blat, which is short for bread with all the toppings. So basically how blat came to be, when I was little, one of the things I could have for breakfast was bread with a certain spread on it. So I had 4 options. Vegemite, which is pretty much like Marmite. I'm Australian and British, so I'm allowed to say that Vegemite is pretty much like Marmite. The way I'm British is because my dad's British. Yeah, so pretty much, so my 4 options were Vegemite, honey, peanut butter, and jam. But I didn't like having to choose. I wanted all 4. So we decided, well, how about a little bit of all of them? So it's pretty much 2/4 of Vegemite, 2/4 of honey, 2/4 of peanut butter, and 2/4 of jam. Because yeah, I've always had 2 pieces of bread. And of course with berries as well. And a drink.
This Vegemite is actually mixed with cream cheese, but it's still Vegemite.
Oh, I'm filming.
Took you get the sauce, bitch.
Or if it's a Sunday, I will have my dad's recipe for pancakes. So it's like healthier pancakes. The link to that recipe is in the description, but it is a very old video, so don't expect even this quality. Like it was back when, I think it was back when my channel was Elijah's Down Underworld, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was Captain Everything Fun. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, and of course, for all the meals, there's a small, slightly little chance that I might get lucky enough that we might end up going out for a meal. But yeah, that's pretty much it for breakfast. And then, I do my own thing again until lunch. Or, if it's a school day, then from 9 o'clock till lunch with breaks in between, I go on to Education Perfect with my dad, and I do some schooling, because I'm actually homeschooled, so don't expect to see me in public if you go to some sort of Australian school or whatever. So, of course, I'll be doing all the normal subjects like math, science, English, blah 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 blah. And when I'm not doing school, I'm doing my own thing. Anyway, oh yes, and on Thursdays at 9:15 a.m. I have dance class. So it's an online Zoom thing on Outschool. It's 1-to-1, so even if you join the same class, you still wouldn't get to meet me. Oh well. But anyways, so basically how that works, me and my teacher just pick a song to dance to, and then she comes up with all the choreography and everything, and then she just teaches it to me. After we do warm-ups, of course, because otherwise I'd injure myself. and then we do the dancing, and that goes until 9:45. If it's a Saturday, I've got singing at 9:30. So it's pretty much like the dance class, except instead of warming up and then dancing, it's warming up and then singing. So me and my teacher, we decide what we want to sing. It's a different teacher. Also on Outschool. Also one-on-one. What a coincidence. Anyways, we basically just decide what we want to sing, and then, we warm up first, and then we decide what we want to sing, and we bring up the lyrics and stuff, and then we just sing it. Oh yes, and also every Wednesday and Saturday at 10:30 a.m. the Robo-Rock starts up. If you don't know what that is, well, it's basically just like a Roomba, but it's a different brand. So yeah, that thing starts up, and it starts vacuuming the entire house. So you need to make sure that nothing is in its way. Speaking of Wednesdays, every fortnight on a Wednesday, I do what I'm doing right now. I make a video. And then on Thursday, I edit and upload that video. So on Friday, the video can come out. Hence why it's called Friday Fun Day. It's because the video comes out on Friday. And if it's Tuesday or Thursday, I will be going to the gym at 11 o'clock. And just be at the gym till 11:30. Hence why my legs are actually a bit sore right now. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, they'll feel better. Anyways, now we move on to lunch. For lunch, I could have sandwiches, or I might end up getting sushi. So it's basically 2 cooked tuna rolls, 1 tempura prawn roll, and 1 deep fried chicken roll. It could also be a picnic lunch. So basically we buy a bunch of things from the store, like bread, cheese, like deli meat, fish, whole bunch of picky stuff really, and like olives and stuff, and dips. Can't have picnic lunch without dips, at least in my house. And then we basically just bring it all home, and then we just pick at it at lunchtime. There's also a chance that I might decide to just cook myself some lunch. So in that case, it would most likely be pasta, because I love cooking pasta. Or it could be leftovers from the previous night's dinner or something. That's pretty much the only stuff I really have. Now, of course, throughout the day, there could also be like going out or something, like to do stuff, but that's not really a routine. That's more of like something may end up happening. This is a routine video, like a daily routine video, stuff that happens pretty much every day. Anyways, then, after lunch, do my own thing again, or more school, depending on if I've done my school for the day or not. Or if it's the weekend, then I'm not doing school at all. Yeah, so you already know about that. Then on Wednesday, from 4:30 till 6:30, I've got this Australia exclusive thing called The Lab. Now, I've basically got the online version, but it's still Australia exclusive. It's pretty much a hangout group where we hang out and play some video games or work on some projects, like creating video games or something. So that's always a fun time, spending a couple of hours with those guys. Yeah, but I can't emphasize this enough. It's exclusive to Australia, unfortunately. So if you're not in Australia, you can't join the lab. But if you are in Australia, you could join the lab online, 4:30 p.m. sessions Wednesday, and you could actually meet me. So that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, like I keep saying, it's Australia exclusive. Then we move on to dinner. So for dinner, oh boy, prepare yourself. It could be a number of things. It could be, usually it's pretty much just like a main dish and then a side of like peas and corn, broccoli, and sweet mashed potato, which is mashed up sweet potato, not mashed potato with sugar in it. So yeah, so it could be like quiche, like we could buy a quiche from the store. It could be chicken. It could be fish. It could be kebabs. We could buy some kebabs from the butcher. It could be sausages. It could be special fried rice, which is fried rice with a bunch of other bits in it. In that case, you don't get the salad. You just have the vegetables inside the special fried rice. Or it could be soup. Again, you don't put salad with soup. But I do like to have some buttery bread with my soup. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty much some sort of meat and then a side of those vegetables that I just told you about. Or if I'm super lucky, like super lucky, we might get fish and chips for dinner. That's a bit of a British thing, also Aussie, which is Aussie slang for Australian. Anyway, but yeah, it's not just some sort of fish and then a side of potato chips. No. We're not talking about. First of all, chips are not crisps. Okay, crisps are only called chips in America. It's not fish and crisps. It's fish and chips, as in French fries. But it's not just that. Normally we order grilled fish, not deep fried. Chips, dim sum, a potato cake, which is pretty much just like a big piece of deep fried potato, and like a pineapple fritter, which is just a deep fried pineapple ring. And what I like to do is, now this might seem a bit weird, but I like to take a piece of buttered bread and I like to put some chips in the bread and put some tomato sauce all over it. That's ketchup to Americans. And then I like to fold it and that's called a chip butty. And if it's a Friday or a Saturday, I get to have pizza for dinner. Now, no, I'm not talking about crappy Domino's pizza or whatever. If you disagree with me saying that Domino's is crappy or whatever, to each their own. You may have your own opinion. I just think that my own personal opinion is that Domino's is absolutely trash. Along with every fast food. Now, does that mean I won't eat it if I have to? No, I'll eat it if I have to. But I'd much rather go to a proper restaurant. Anyway, that's just my own opinion. Anyways, so no, it's not that. I make my own pizza. I would, explain how I make my pizza or whatever. But my recipe is on my website. Right now I've actually only got, it's a cooking website, but right now I've only got one recipe on that website. More are coming soon, I've just got to get around to posting them. But thankfully my pizza recipe is on there. So you can go in the link in the description and check that out. After dinner, first of all, I know I'm supposed to do my teeth twice, once in the middle of the day and once at night, but I tend to forget to do it in the middle of the day. Anyways, so after dinner, it's time for my shower. That's pretty straightforward. I get in the shower, I take off my clothes, I get in the shower, I cover myself in soap, I rinse off the soap, I get out, and I get dried, and then I put some pajamas. Then, of course, I forgot to mention, at around 6 or 6:30, I like to get myself some warm milk. And yes, that also counts for the 500 mils of milk that I told you about earlier. So pretty much, I like to save my milk, just 1 cup of milk at breakfast time, and then I save the rest of it for my warm milk. So basically how I do it, I take my favorite mug, fill it up with milk, I put it in the microwave for 1 minute, and then I stir it with a teaspoon, and then I put it in for 30 seconds, and stop it at the 15-second mark, and then stir it again, and then let it keep going for the remaining 15 seconds, and then that's how I have my warm milk. And then it's time for EP. Now, you probably don't know what EPs means. It's just what I like to say. It's pretty much short for episodes, but it's not always episodes, it's sometimes movies. Basically, I go onto a streaming service like Disney Plus or Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever I feel like, and just watch whatever I feel like, just as long as it's not too like up and go too exciting. Like right now, I'm in the middle of watching Wednesday, you know, that new Addams Family show on Netflix. Well, it's not really new, but it's newer than any of the others. Apparently next year they're coming out with season 2. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. So yeah, it's pretty much well, I just watch like Netflix or whatever until 8:30, and then I switch it off and it's time to settle down for bed, which means going to do my teeth. So pretty much what I do there is I start by going across the top and bottom row of teeth, making sure to get into the actual gaps with a water flosser. So pretty much I just do that, and then I take my toothbrush, put a little bit of toothpaste on it, and then I do the front and back of the bottom gums, and I do the front, top, and back of the bottom teeth, and I do the back and the front of the top gums, and the back, top, and front of the front teeth. I do that 3 times, but I don't really rush too much, because then you're not doing it properly. And then I like to get back, like at the back corner. You can't really see. I just reach all the way back there, and I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, basically brush all of them quickly 3 times, and then I just go up and down, just finish it off on my 2 front teeth and these teeth in here, which are a little bit difficult to get at. On the camera it's showing up as the left, but it's actually on the right. And then I swish around with mouthwash for 1 minute, but I only use like this little amount. And then finally, I cover my teeth in this thing called tooth mousse. Not exactly sure what it is. All I know is the dentist told me to use it, so I'm using it. Then I say goodnight to my mum, and my dad takes me to bed. I know this sounds a little childish, and you know, having my dad do my stuff for me and whatever, but this is my daily routine, okay? If you're here to criticize me, you can go somewhere else, buddy, okay? I don't need toxicity in my community. All you'll end up doing is just upsetting me. If that's your goal, well then you're a very nasty person. Anyways, so my dad brings me into bed, then I take my headband off, and I put on a blindfold and pretty much use that as a headband until later on. We'll get to that later. We say goodnight and whatever. And for some reason I do actually do a silly little prayer, even though I'm an atheist. Meh.
Good night, Dad.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, please sleep and I'll see you in the morning.
I will get sleep and I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I'm on.
And Chase.
Yes, I'm in.
And Diddy.
Yes, I'm in.
Night-night. Too tired.
Editor Elijah here. You might be wondering, what the heck is quiet time walking? You never mentioned that in the video. Well, it's not really a routine anymore, but basically, when I was little, my dad would walk me up and down the hallway near the bedroom like a couple times right before bed, you know, to relax me and calm me down, but I kept saying, just one more, just one more, just one more. So he started saying, "I'm too tired for one more quiet time walking." But eventually I kind of grew out of quiet time walking. I don't really need to walk up and down a hallway to relax before bed. But the whole too tired for one more quiet time walking thing still lingered around, so that's why we say too tired for one more quiet time walking. Anyways, back to the video.
Please good dreams tonight. I beg for good dreams tonight. Amen.
Please good dreams for life tonight. Amen. Alexa, play relaxing classical music.
And then what I do is I take the pillow off of the bed and I prop up this chair looking thing, and then I grab a book to read. I turn on the light and I pretty much, sit down in that chair looking thing and I just read until I'm ready to go to sleep. And then I turn off the light, I take the chair looking thing off, and I put the leg shaped thing up on the bed. The leg shaped thing that I was talking about at the very beginning of the video. Actually called a pregnancy pillow. I understand, I'm a boy, I can't even get pregnant. How could I be pregnant? I'm not pregnant. It's just a really comfortable cushion. You can see in the video how I'm laying down in it. It's just super comfortable. I don't care that I'm not pregnant. It's just really comfortable. Anyways, I snuggle into that and I put a blanket on and I switch on some relaxing music. Okay, I'm lying. It's not what you would call relaxing music. It's just some music that I like. That just happens to help me sleep and doesn't wake me up too much. Anyways, and then I do some breathing exercises. Breathe in, breathe out. And I do that 13 times. Put my blindfold on and I go to sleep. Without further ado, on to the outro. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that video. That is pretty much my daily routine. Including things that are like only on specific days of the week. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join my Discord. Link in the description. In fact, why didn't you just do that when you checked out my website for my pizza recipe? Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye guys!